I believe it was number 12, Gordon Nicholson. And when he turned around, there's a brilliant scoring opportunity for Nurbach. Brilliant opportunity here for Pope John. They shoot. They score!
Beautiful play. We saw that setting up after the puck was not kept in at the point. A coach's nightmare. Gets down, and Pope John gets the 2-on-1. And instead of the shot, he takes a nice soft pass across the crease as the goal goes in. Number 21 there, Andrew Moore, sinking it, giving Pope John 1-0 lead here in the semifinals.
On the third shot on goal of the period, a mini 2-on-1, perfect execution. Moore went 5-hole with the shot, and it's 1-0 Pope John. One thing you have to say about this Pope John team all year long is obviously they've played Delbarton tough, the tie, the 1-goal loss. They tied Seton Hall Prep earlier in the season, the number 1 team in this tournament. They play the top teams really, really well. Peroni, far side now for a drive by Gordon that pops high in the air and goes behind the net. Harkerlode, back to Perone, shot on goal, nobody saw it, nice save, 2 saves, and then tapped over the shoulder and through the crease. Nearly another goal and a tenacious effort down low by Pope John, and they just couldn't get the right angle on it to go in.
What a shot, what a chance by Pope John, and they really were putting the pressure on Delbarton on that power play before.
Power play is now over. We're back to 5-a-side hockey. 30 seconds left to go in the first period. Pope John with a 1-0 lead. They piled on 5 shots on that power play, and they still keep possession deep in the Delbarton zone. Delbarton has come out relatively flat in this one, and Pope John has come out like gangbusters, icing the call with 12.1 seconds left to go. Pope John will get another offensive zone face-off. A lot of scoring opportunities for Pope John. They banged 1 home, had a great power play towards the end of the first period as well. Could not score on it, and in replays in between periods on the big overhead scoreboard here, we noticed that shot that we were talking about on that power play that was tapped out of midair actually ended up going off the pipe behind the shoulder of Jeff Leone.
Yeah, we're looking at the replay, and Jensen made a nice play to wait for the puck to come down just enough so he didn't get called for hitting it with a high stick. Caught it right just below the shoulder and tapped it and hit the post and went out.
Face off, 1 clean, back to the point for a shot that scores! A tricky little flick shot from the point through several screens goes sailing past the shoulder of Jeff Leone, and it's 2-0 Pope John.
What a shock, a tricky little dipping shot flicked off of somebody and dipped right into the goal. That's why coaches tell you all the time, when you have a chance, just get it on net. In a game like this, you just throw the puck over there when you really don't have a good shot or really don't have a good lane or an angle, and just get it there, and something will happen, and it did. That caught everybody by surprise.
45 seconds into the second period, it is 2-0 Pope John. And that is not the start of the period that the Delbarton Green Wave were looking for. After coming out flat in the first, they give up a goal 45 seconds into the second period. Back come Delbarton. They've got a little 3-on-2, far side with it, dipping the shoulder and going around the net to set up the power play. Back to the point now for Pressel. Pressel gets it back, 1-timer. They score! Another one of those tricky half-speed shots. Sneaks past Kevin Kovalinski.
And it looks like it may go to Dan Press, number 17. He slid it along the ice, kind of a bouncer. Let's see if it hit anyone in front or he gets credited from the goal with the goal from the blue line.
Pressel on the shot. I don't believe it was deflected. A little 1-timer with a rolling puck. There was a screen out in front. There was one Pope John player standing about halfway between the blue line and the goal, and I just think that Kovalinski picked that one up late. Back to the point now. DeRenzi winds, fires, tipped out in front, never got through. I believe it went off of James Perone. Centering pass, mad scramble, they score! Off of a scramble out in front, Chris Volanino pounds it home. Nothing Kovalinski could have done about it, and we are all tied at 2-2.
Yeah, a little mistake there by the defense. It looks like they got caught on one side of the net. The puck kind of trickled out aimlessly, innocently out on the top of the crease there, and then got slapped in. So, again, getting a puck on net, anything can happen, and it looks like that's what happened there with a 2-2 tie ahead of us.
And that's the problem with 1-goal leads. No matter how well you have played, if you are only winning by 1, something crazy can happen. I mean, it's not as kooky as a football that's oblong, but the puck does some weird things sometimes.
Yeah, it gets on edge, rolls up your stick, or even over your pad.
And that
you lose
time,
sight of it.
Yeah, that time it just kind of Bunch of Pope John players there. They all came together, but the puck didn't go anywhere. Stood right in the goal mouth and was pounded home by Volanino. We are all tied at 2-2. 1 minute left to go in regulation. We're tied at 2. Del Barton, Pope John for the right to play for the New Jersey State Championship, non-public. 50 seconds left to go. Pressel near side with it for Del Barton. Headmans for number 7, Velishek. Velishek with a move. Velishek's in. Velishek shoots. He scores! Alex Velishek with 41.2 seconds gives Del Barton their first lead of the game. And it's 3-2.
You could see it coming. The pressure was all on Pope John. Del Barton picking up their game in the last 2 minutes. And Alex Velishek just snaked his way through, made a nice deke, and looks like he could be sending his team to the championship game.
Getting a look at the replay, and that was just a good move by Velishek.
And that's the player you didn't want to get through. Once you had Velishek all alone on the goalie, he's more than likely going to win that battle.
Timeout, Pope John with 41.2 seconds. They jumped out to a 2-0 lead. That was erased in the second period. And now they are facing elimination. Del Barton with 41.2 left to go. Puts a marker on the board and takes a 3-2 lead. And Pope John's got to do some quick thinking here.
Yeah, Pope John gave you 3 unanswered goals for Del Barton. They were able to chip away in that second period at that lead that Pope John had built up. And then here in the last only the last 2 to 3 minutes, Del Barton able to take the play gradually away from Pope John and really tilt the ice against Pope John, and then finally get that break to get the go-ahead goal with less than a minute.
Tonight's game being brought to you in part by Dr. Harvey Beckman. Tonight's game also being brought to you by Richards & Summers Insurance, professional insurance for your business and personnel needs. Richards & Summers with offices in Sparta and Denville. Call Tom Sweeney at 729-8200. Rob Ryan, Tony Salimo, 41.2 seconds left to go in this semifinal contest. The Lions, they need a goal, and they need a goal within the next 41 seconds. And now down to 35. To the bench goes Kovalinski. He has played outstandingly well today. And now they have the extra attacker. Shot on goal goes off of a player deep. It comes back to the point. With it there is Perron. Perron winds, fires. It's off a player. Hero has it in the circle, trying to work it free, and has cleared the length of the ice with 17 seconds left to go. Icing his whistle. It'll be an offensive zone draw with a 6-on-5 attack for Pope John.
All right, Pope John throwing the kitchen sink now. 3 guys in front trying to jam the crease. They need to keep the puck in right off the faceoff to get a shot quickly because there's only 17 seconds left. So you want to keep the shot low on the ice, get 2 people or 3 right in front of that crease, but still protect for the open net.
17 seconds left to go. Face-off once again won by Del Barton. Velishek, who's got the goal, clears it up to the half boards, but not out. 10 seconds left to go. Puck is centered. It's cleared out. Out of the zone towards center. 4 seconds left to go. 3. They're not going to get a shot. Del Barton is playing for a state title. They win 3-2 on a goal with 41.3 seconds left to go in the contest. And Pope John is shocked. The number 2 seed Del Barton Green Wave advanced to the finals. They will play for a state title here at the Meadowlands. And that is courtesy of an Alex Velishek goal with 41.8 seconds left for this Pope John Lion team. Nothing to hang their heads about. They had another stellar season. Number 3 in this tournament, the number 3 seed. And again, they really have nothing to be ashamed of. They have had a terrific season. It is just tough pill to swallow for it to end the way it did today. And especially when it's Del Barton, because they've had their battles with them. Last year, same thing, a 1-goal loss, but that one was in overtime in the quarters. And this year, they looked like they had a good chance to take Del Barton. But again, you can't let Velishek get loose in front of the net 10, 20 feet out, because you know he's not going to miss. Final shots on goal for the game, 24 for Pope John, 18 for the Del Barton Green Wave. And once again, your final score, 3-2 Del Barton. From broadcast partner Tony Salimo and all of our sponsors, thanks for watching tonight. Once again, the Pope John Lions fall 3-2 to the Del Barton Green Wave. I'm Rob Ryan. Have a great night, everybody.